All right. Good morning, folks. Hopefully you can hear me. Here is I wasn't even wearing my microphone. Good morning. Happy Friday, everybody. And let's see if we get better sound today. It might be a little clippy right there, but I changed the setting. We should have less clipping and more volume. I hope that it sounds good today. Anyway, Brian from Holy Roller, let's go. Let's go. Actually, Brian, I got my tickets cleaned up yesterday. I've got a cruise coming up in March out of LA. March 7th, actually. I had there was a screw up and that cruise was almost canceled. So I just yesterday got it figured out. So Johnny's going to go cruising a couple times this year. One of them in now March. So March is going to be a big month for me. March is going to be like the cruise. Got the Casino Tiers thing. We got a seminar with Casino Quest, and we got the big meetup. Anyway, we're here to play some craps, at least make some money. So here we are, daily paycheck style. We're going to go ahead and make money today with a different game. I'm going to switch over. We're going to do some roulette today. I got the Bellagio felt. And just so you guys know, a little history here. This felt is from, as you can see, the actual Bellagio. This came off a Bellagio table. This was given to me by Gargoyle, who's a felt collector. So I've got this one here. We're going to play on this one for as long as we can. Eventually, I'm going to have a Pro Craps style bone colored felt made up for this table that I can easily, it'll actually have roulette and blackjack and baccarat on the felt, and I can kind of mix and match them. But for now, this thing is perfect. I guess you got a little fold in it right there. I got to get that fold out. All right, there we go. So roulette today, we'll do my favorite strategy in roulette. What I've got here is 3 stacks of 25 green chips. So it's how much is that? That should be $1,500, right? Sorry, there's 500 per stack. That's 500, 1,000, 1,500. We're gonna go ahead and play it at green level. It'll be my I don't know what to call this one. I gotta send this to Alex one of these days to actually have him run it out. Just a growing dozens is all that it is. I'm gonna pick 2 dozens. It doesn't matter which ones. The money management of this thing here is very, very simple. All you do is you play 2 dozens or 2 columns or whatever you feel like doing. Doesn't matter which ones you do. You can do the ones that are closest to you. It doesn't really matter. And basically, you're going to go out there. The first bet's going to be a 4-unit bet. Okay, 2 on each. Nice and simple. I'll put them here so you can see them. All right, 2 units on each dozen. Every spin, you go up. So if you win, you go up a unit. Right? What happens is you lose 2, right? But you'd win. You lose your 2 units, but you win 2 stacks, right? You go back to here, take your profits and stack them up. If you lose, you go back out at 4. Now, the idea is to remember what you have left in your rack, okay? You've got money management built into this thing because you've got 1, 2, 3 stacks. If at any point in time, I've got 3 stacks back in my rack, I know that what's out here is my profit, and I can pull it back and go. It's just watching your stack is all that this thing comes down to. Usually I play with 2 stacks. Today I'm doing 3 because, I don't know, just got ahead of myself, I guess. But let's go ahead and try and make sure we're playing. And we get 3 stacks of chips back in our rack. And whenever we have 3 stacks of chips back in the rack, we can restart the process. So here we go. Let's bring 4 out. 1, 2, 1, 2, and let's go. I'm going to spin it this way, actually. Get our first one going here. Reload for the save. The road trip to San Fran in March. Yeah, boy, we got a lot going on, man. It's going to be a bitchin' month. All right, we got 35. 35, there it is. That pays, right? So we'll lose our second dozen, but we're going to get paid 2 on that third dozen. So all we do, put the second dozen bet back. I'll leave these spread out so you can see them. Maybe I'll do it over here. And take that win and just stack it up. Take the win and stack it up. Eventually, if we get a couple, 2, 3 in a row, you'll see how the stacks here kind of grow a little bit. We'll be a little bit aggressive because it's Friday, so why not? Here we go. We got 2, 9, 29. That was my hockey number, actually. I had a little story for you here. I used to wear the number 44 all my life. I wore 44 in football. I wore it in hockey, baseball growing up. When I had my heart attack and I died, I was wearing number 44. I've never worn it since. I have all my jerseys. I never put a 44 back on since I croaked. And I switched over to 29, who was one of my favorite all-time hockey players, Joel Otto, wore 29. And I feel like all of the toughest hockey players wore 29. right? Grit guys, right? Joel Otto, Jerome McGinley, like that's what I'm into. All right, anyway, that pays 3 net, okay? Again, I'm going to pay it once. You lose 2, you lose 1 set, and you win a set. So effectively, you're in the same spot. So 2 dozens always pays whatever you have on 1 bet. Here's the first good one. 1 up, 1 back, right? That's how it works. If we get lucky here and we win on this one, you'll see that we start pulling more money back to the rack. Here we go. Come on, baby. Be good to me. 32. 32. Who wore number 32? Is that the juice? Was. All right, here we go. We're getting paid 4 units now, right? We lose those 4, but we win 4. Like that. So 4 goes back. I'll leave the 1 stacked up. I guess it's going to be a mess in a minute. Go up by 1, go up by 1, and now we're pulling 2 back. We're almost where we have our 3rd stack back in place, right? We're going to watch those stacks. That was not a good spin there. I kind of let that one go easy. This is such a great comp machine. Come on, stay high. It's a 6. We lost it. So we took our 4-unit stab and lost it. So there's the 6. That's a bummer. Just to show you what could have happened there, that could have been a 5-unit win for us, right? That's 1 up, and if that comes back, that completes a stack, and you start getting into the 4th run, all that money comes back, right? Had we got you need to get a few in a row. You need a few in a row to make that work. Here we go. We're going to come back out with another 4-unit run, and I'll typically do this. I'll take the series of like, hey, where did it start? And I'll kind of run it from there, whatever. It doesn't really matter, ultimately. But yeah, so I've been wearing 29. All my jerseys now are 29s. That's a 16. That's in the middle. Awesome. Again, we'll lose 2. Win 4. Go back. Stack. I'll put these, again, I'll try and put them here, and I'll try and like spread out so you can see what's on them better. All right, here we go. Let's catch 4 or 5 in a row, and let's build this bad boy up. Let's build it bad boy up. We got a 26. That is no bueno. No bueno. We lose again. Put that over here. I'll use my top rack for that. All right, now we're a little bit behind. I like the 2nd and 3rd, actually. I like playing the high numbers. Here we go. Depends, I guess, on where you're at on the table. I'm not a big believer in the same area of the board hitting right here. It's more of an ease thing. If I'm standing here, I'm playing these 2. If I'm standing here, I'm playing those 2. Ultimately, it doesn't matter. 2, 3. That's my wife's number. Look at us playing the sports thing. All right, that pays 2. Stack and stack. My wife's number in her basketball career was 23. Let's go. No more bets over here. I got to learn my roulette skills. I got to learn the roulette skills one of these days. I may actually transition out of this afterwards, and we'll get into the CQ thing. 14. That's another one. Booyah. 14 right there. That pays 3. A net of 3. Up by 1. Up by 1. Pull 1 back. Come on. Let's stay on the high side. Let's stay on the high side here. Stay on the high side. What do we got? A 4. Nope. Losing a little bit, but that's okay. Look, we only lost, whatever, 5 chips or so. Here we go. Let's catch a good run here, huh? Guessing, then gambling. Guessing and gambling, right? That's all it is. Let's see. I am using the 2-inch puck. That's right. That's a 7. Oh no. We lost it. Bummer. That's two lows in a row, huh? Should we stay with the 2 lows? Do one of those kind of things? I don't know. Does it matter? I think roulette, people think that matters. I do think that it quote unquote matters on red, black, high, low. I'll stay on a 50-50 bet because they get streaky sometimes. The dozens are harder to figure out. And again, a lot of times it's where you're standing. You can't always get in and reach across and get the bet you want. So with the dozens, just keep it tight. Here we go. We're down a whole stack, right? We're going to need all 3 stacks maybe to get it done. You'll see a couple of big stack wins, and it really adds up quick if you can catch them, right? Let's go 2-5. That's a 2-5 right there. That pays 2, a net of 2. First bet is a full press on both. Let's go. Let's go. No more. Yeah, I'm going to try and learn when I'm at CQ how to deal. Oh, no, it's a 2. It's a small. Damn it. Lost again. We're going to that top dozen. That top dozen is actually doing pretty well for the house. Maybe we got to switch to top dozen. And we'll do top and second this time. We'll do the low side. Yeah, we'll do the lows and mids here for a minute. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to learn the single zero wheel. They'll teach me regular roulette too, but single zero, the payments are the same. It's just that there's those extra weird bets. 18, it's in the middle. I guess single zero is a pretty high roller kind of a game, and the tips potential is there. And David thinks that I have a good enough personality to earn me some tips as a dealer. So let's see what happens. Here we go. Highs and mids, highs and mids. Let's go. Stay off the big stuff. That's a 7. That's my 7. It's going to pay a net of 3. And again, we're going to go up, up, and pull. Rebuilding that second stack, but that second stack got decimated, didn't it? Let's see what happens. The Noli, I know. I don't like the Noli. I know that I've been watching that one a lot. I like this one better than the Noli because that one's splitting the wins. This one here is an even Steven thing. That's a 16, right? So that's another win for us. Anyway, here we go. Up, up, and pull. Up, up, and pull. And at some point, we're going to get this guy back, and we're going to be in great shape. I'm going to move these over to here. Stay low, ball. I'm not a dealer that can find the slot yet, so we got to keep them low, get some luck. Woo, it's a 6. Awesome. That's a 5-unit win, right? Up one, and now we're pulling 3 back. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Oh, you know what, Jen? You're right. I screwed up. Jen called me out because I'm talking too much and I screwed up. I didn't go up high enough on my bets. I started over every time. We're going to do it right here, the 33. I've been screwing this up. Thank you, Jen, for reminding me. 33. I forgot because I'm talking. We're at 5 units here, right? No, we're at 6 units. I keep forgetting. Jeez, Lou. We got to be at 7 units here. This next bet has got to be 7. I should be perpetually pressing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got to be at 7 here. I'm messing up. I'm not even paying attention. So that's a 7-unit bet. Sorry, I should go up every time. Win or lose, we go up. I totally forgot. Jeez. Too busy yapping. Not enough coffee. Here we go. Thanks, Jen. I totally forgot. Get high. It's a 19. That's good. All right, here we go. 19. This is, yeah, duh. All right, 7 units. I shouldn't be building up like that. So this is a 7-unit win. There's that. We'll go up by 1, and pull the rest back. Yeah. My bad. Jeez, I should be. I probably have hit goal by now, right? Because we had those nice streaks after the losses. Would have been a bigger bet. I should be. I'll play it a second time. 16, baby. There we go. Booyah. That's a 9-unit win, or 8-unit win. 8 and 8. Look at that. 8-unit win. Howdy doody. 1, 1, and the rest comes back to the rack. Look at the rack getting built up. Now I know there's 9 and 9 is 18 here, right? A stack is 20. I can pull that back and lock in a 3-unit win. We're gonna let it run. I'm gonna try and get a natural stack back here. Come on, stay high. Stay high. Please stay high. No more bets. Come on, stay high. Oh, it's a freaking 0. Damn, it's a 0. Boy, it was right next to the 28. That's a huge bummer. All right, we have 9 out here, right? Next bet's going to be 10, which is going to empty a whole stack. I'll stay where we are. Whole stack goes out. Now we're in trouble. Now we're in deep, the deepest of all doo-doos right here. Let's go. We need to win. We need to win, baby. Come on. Alex loses 14 in a row all the time. Alex is the most unlucky roulette player I've ever seen on that channel. It's so funny. 30. There we go. That's a good win right there. 30 is where? We're at 29, 30. All right. It's a red 30. And the lovely thing is it's a 10-unit net win. Up by one, and back to the rack we go. Alex is the most unlucky guy. I told him we're going to print him a shirt that just has his face on it that says, I'm so unlucky. Come on, man. Let's go. Stay high. Stay high. Get off that green. Oh, my God. It's a green. I called it out loud. It's a green. What a huge bummer. It's 2 greens. 2 greens and 3 or 4 rolls there. Ugly, ugly. All right. We got 11 units out there. This might be our last spin because I can only go here and here, right? There's, let's see, there's, I got it right, 5, 10, 11 each. Yikes. Staying high. We're going to stay high. Oh, my God. Come on, Johnny. Now we're like, look at us. Look at that rack. The rack is looking filthy and ugly. Come on. 2 in a row is all we need. 2 in a row is all we need. Come on. Come on, be high. Oh, it's an 11. Now we burned the whole thing. Huge, but we got to start over, basically. We're going to have to start here. I'll do 4 and 4. We got to start from down here. Yikes. Bummer, man. What a bummer. We had a shot at it. I'll replenish the bankroll, though, in a minute. If we don't get it, we'll fix the bankroll. And I'll do the whole thing correct this next time. Here we go. Come on, ball. Do your thing for me. It's a 9. So the 2 rolls that burned me, ironically, the 11 and the 9 are my birthday numbers, right? My wife's is born in November, and, of course, I'm September. So there's the birthday months burned us. We lost the whole thing. We lost 1,500. Let's do it again. It's Friday Follies. We'll do it again. We'll put the money back out there. Get 3 stacks going. I think that's right. There we go. We'll start it over again. New bankroll, new day. We're just going to do it until something happens here. 1,500. Come on. This time I'll do it right the whole way through. Come on. We got a 30. Okay, there's the puck. There's the 30. That's going to pay 2, a net 2. Stack and stack. The wheel's cool, right, Jen? Yeah, follow the dozens is cool. And like in this case, if it was a big one, you would go big and small, right? I used to do that, but again, you get stuck in these ruts where you can't reach stuff and people are kind of in your way. I do like to follow the dozens when I'm doing this. I played outside and first. Anyway, that wins. That wins 3. Stack, stack, pull. Yeah, I bought the wheel when I moved, actually. It's a nice wheel. It's a 18-inch wheel. Obviously not a real one, but it's better than that piece of garbage I had before, right? 33 is the number. There she blows. That's going to pay 4 units per bet. Up 1, pull 2. We're not quite at a full stack. This is the one. This is the one right here. Yeah, the crowd, and the one thing about roulette too, the crowd is like, it's armpit central, as you know. There's an 11 again. My birthday burns me again. We lose 5. So we're out here at 6 now. This is where it starts getting a little bit yikey, right? But again, a couple in a row, you're going to be okay. There's 6 and 6. We'll stay here unless you want to go spread, right? Third dozen, first dozen. Actually, the first dozen bet, so you go first and second. We can do that. Just for grinsies, we'll do it. Follow the dozens that way. Again, doesn't really matter. The balls or the numbers are spread out evenly enough that it just doesn't matter. It's a convenience thing. Red and black are, again, different thing. There's a 10. Awesome. Zach's birthday. That's great. That pays 6. Awesome. 3, 6. Pays a net of 6. We'll go up, up, and pull the rest. Here we go. Stay with the dozen and the one next to it. We'll kind of ride it out that way. This works out, then I'll do the casino quest. I don't know what they call it, but the chase thing. Ah, shit, 36. Bummer. Can't seem to string together 3 or 4 in a row at the bigger level. I think we're at 6 now, right? Is that 6? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 units. So we got to go back out there at 8. We need to get a couple of string together at the bigger levels to really make it work. We're not getting that play. Okay, there's that. Ah. I need 3 in a row at the big boy level. So we're going to go high and low. We're going to kind of go dozen and dozen. That's how that works for me. Here we go. Spin it up. It's a nice fat win right here. We can get one. Just need 2 in a row. Just need 2 in a row at these big levels. We can do this. We can do it. Come on, baby. It's a 3. That works. It works for me. Top dozen pays. Again, it's gonna. I can't pay out of my rack. That's what Ken from Ken Knows Gambling. He pays out of his rack. Can't do that. Can't pay yourself out of your rack, right, Kenny? People will yell at you. All right, one up. Pull the rest back, and that second slot's recovered. We'll move into here. So again, the dozen that came and the dozen next to it. Here we go. This is the money shot right here, right? Actually, this and one more is the money shot. This plus one more is the money shot. Come on, we can do it. Good vibes only. 23. Yeah, baby. All right. That is fantastic. We get paid 1 stack. Look at this. We can go press by one, bring this back. Now, I know good and damn well that I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on each one of those. So check it out. Right? We know we have 10 units at. 10 units is about the max I go on these things. I don't like to go past 10 because that fills a spot. Okay? Which means this is profit. So that's kind of how you work your money management. When you get to level 10 and get a level 10 hit, you're done, right? Recovered, and there's our 8 units in profit today, right? On that second shooter. Kind of cool, right? Let's do this now. We'll do one of my favorite casino quest moves. I'm going to take that out. And we'll do this one. This one's kind of cool. You pick 2 dozens, or actually you pick red or black first. What came out last time? Red, we'll go with red. You take red or black. It's going to be a 1 unit home run shot. Here we go. We're going to go for whatever color came last as our first. I don't forget what they call this one. This one's just fun because it's an easy 1 unit per shot kind of a thing. Here we go. This is going to be a black. So we're going to lose. I'll put it there. It's a 28. 28. We lose our bullet. Another bullet. We'll just follow the color. We'll follow the color for a little bit here. Follow the color. What are you going to be? You're going to be red. You're going to be black. It's black. So now we're going to go back and forth. That was a 9 red. So we lose that. We're going to be in a little bit of a chop. It's okay. We'll follow the color. We just need 1. I don't need more than 1 in a row here. And I'm not going to ladder up. There's a red. Cool. We got a red. We got paid on red. That's awesome. The number was what? 7? All right. So we got paid on red. Now what you do is you take this and you slide them. You pick any 2 dozens you want to. We'll do like the one that came and the dozen next to it. And we'll take a shot at a couple of dozens, or at a dozen here. And what happens, you'll see, we're going to go for a home run. And I'll pick my favorite street in a minute, hopefully. I'll probably stay up at the first 2 dozens here just to keep life simple. All right, 34. We lose it. So we just start over again. We lost that. We start over. We're going to go 1 unit on the red. Try it again. What I really need to get here, or I got to build, is a screen, a roulette screen. All right, there's a red. That's perfect. It's an 18. That is 18. That's a red that pays. Booyah. Let's take 2 dozens. So you go from the color to the dozens. It's got to get a back-to-back on that, and then we got to stay in the dozen for a minute as things happen. So come on. No more bets. That's a 3. That's perfect for me. So here we go. You're going to lose this one, but you're going to win 2. And what you do is you go back to the dozen you were on, and you take the streak that you like. Okay? So it pays 1 to 1. Obviously, if we get either one of these dozens, we're going to be tied. You're going to lose 2 and win 2, and you start it over again. You're looking for this right here to pay you 6 to 1. That's all you're looking for. Give me a 6 to 1 in there. That's the goal of the strategy. You're looking for a home run somewhere along the way. Just give me a home run in the middle. So 1 unit to turn into like 7 units is what you're looking for. Just give me my birthday. Give me my 12. Give me that 12. Ooh, it's an 8. Close enough, right? We got an 8. So again, you lose your street, you lose your dozen. That one pays 2. Put it right back. You're just looking to tie until you get the one you want. Until I get 1 in here, right? We need 1 of my favorites. Johnny's favorite street. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, sorry, 5. Yep. 13, we got it. Bam, there it is, right? Check me out, baby. We got... We'll lose here. We'll get paid 2 there. We'll get paid the 5 here, and you're outie, right? That's a 7 unit win for the 1. So you started out with the 1 unit in the whole thing, right? You end up with 8 total, right? Look at that. Even though we lost those earlier runs at it, check me out. $100 win, right? Isn't that fun? I love that one. It's easy. It's 1 unit, and it's just color to dozens to street. And you'll tie, and hammer 1. Now, you could get burned down here, but it's only 1 unit because you're using your wins to build on wins. To me, it's a very craps way of playing. It's like almost like cum betting, right? It's almost like you're going from the red to the dozens to the thing. And it's like a very orthogonal way of playing roulette. Most roulette systems are hedgy. You got shit everywhere. It's a pain in the ass. This is kind of a cool little thing. So anyway, that's my 2 favorite roulette systems right there. And I enjoy playing those. Let's come back and talk. Just talk like people for a moment. And good morning. How y'all doing? Good to see y'all. We have to do a review here of a couple of things. Let's see. What is Brian saying? You may go live. Oh, cool. Nice. Right after me, you go live. I'm going to go live later on today, by the way, on Pro Craps channel. Some point today, I'll go live. Not that anybody cares, but I'm doing my DI practice stuff, right? I'm filming that live. So I'll do a live. It's going to be boring, just me throwing and logging numbers. So no storytelling, just going to be simple as that. So anyway, let's get after here. I've got new. I changed the screens a little bit to look a little different. I was getting a little twitched out by the red with the angles I've been using. I just don't like them. So I went more straight up, black background, white words, and the red top. Right. So hopefully you like the new layout. I think it's just easier to read, a little less busy. So let's look at the daily paycheck. Now, this is, of course, wrong. This is as of yesterday, 12-4. As of today, we are 13-4 with a $3,700 total. Is that right? 3,740? I think so. Between yesterday's win and today's win. So we're getting to the point where the 5,000 has doubled. I was talking to Ken yesterday. I'll recap our conversation here in a little bit, but so far so good. I've been playing, as you know, every day a different style. And I'm not just going out here, coffee run, Dallas drawdown, and run for the hills every day. I'm trying to do like only the horsemen or come ladders or the odds makers on Mondays. Math Mondays, we'll do a math kind of system. On Trendy Tuesday, we're doing more of a tier pressure Philly special kind of a thing. On Wednesday, it's more of a, it's more of a hybrid Jacob kind of thing. Thursdays where I bring the drawdown out with something else. So I've been playing it different every day with 2 reasons. One is I think that when you watch me do the same thing every day is boring, probably. The other thing is I like to, I hate to say prove that you can do this with any system. All the systems are the same, unless they really suck, right? But all the systems will win. right? They will all win when the dice do the right thing for you. It's a matter of discipline. It doesn't matter how you play, right? Winning and losing in the casino comes down to me, having the right bankroll for the way you're playing, having the discipline to walk when you're up. And that's it, right? You're going to get whacked every so often. You need bankroll to handle the whacks. You need discipline to handle the wins. And I think the way that I play every day proves that out. I'm going to lose some days for sure. I've lost a couple of days. Matter of fact, I lost $3,000 the other day because I didn't show discipline. I forgot that I was playing the Horseman all day, and I went from the Horseman to the Dallas Drawdown, and we got burned on 2 PSOs that would have won in the Horseman. But I was not thinking, and I forgot what I was doing. Anyway, discipline's key, and I think that's the fun way to run that show. So hopefully you're enjoying that a little bit. Now, let's talk about a couple of things here. I had a great talk yesterday with Ken. Ken called me out of the blue, which is funny. And I think, is there something to the idea that when you're talking about somebody, their ears ring, right? Or like, you know what I'm talking about? Yesterday in a side chat that I have going on, with a couple of other YouTubers, somebody writes in there, "Oh my God, Ken's doing a Jimmy system. What is he thinking?" Right? I won't mention names. But we're like, oh, and I'm like, what? Because I've been watching Ken, here and there, but I can't catch every single show. If I caught every single show, I'd never get any work done. But I went, okay, let me go back, because I know he was doing some Wayland stuff and some other things. I go back and I watch Ken, and of course he's doing one of the Jimmy whatever systems he's doing, and it's probably the dumbest Jimmy system of all, right? It's the dumbest one of all, where he basically starts with a bet on a number, and then as you lose, or as you don't win, you pick another random box number and make it higher. So from $100 4 to a $200 9. If you don't get a win, you go to a $300 6. If you don't get a win, you go to the it's completely freaking random, right? Where he's picking numbers at. And I'm like, Ken, why is Ken giving this guy the time of day? Anyway, like 3 hours later, Ken calls me out of the blue. "Hey, Johnny, how you doing? Haven't seen you in a while." I'm like, "What? We're just talking about you, man." Anyway, we had a great conversation about that, and it's like, it's good to see that all the systems will win, all the systems will lose. It'll be fun to watch that one crash and burn. To me, a system that is got bets, a different bet every single roll, he's basically playing roulette on the craps table. He's basically going from the 35 to the 15, adding the 24, adding the 4, taking the 4 down, going to 33. It's all just here, right? There's no rhyme or reason to it. You can't catch a pocket that would be favorable to you when you're playing that way. You're really just spraying and praying. So I'm kind of hoping that one loses, because that's just a weird way to play. But anyway, Ken's doing it, and we'll see what happens, right? Good conversation. Ken is such a cool dude. I know people get rubbed the wrong way by Ken sometimes, because he can be abrasive on his channel. I know that some people don't love that, but I'm gonna tell you what. You talk to Ken. He's a really good guy. I mean, Ken is like a former preacher. He's just a great dude. Good. I could talk to Ken for hours too. He's just a fun guy. Anyway, he's going to come back out, and his next 20-0, right? His next 20-0 is going to be Ken's way. So Ken has talked a lot about his previous life as a gambler, right? He was a professional gambler, and he will tell you this, and I'll go to my grave defending this statement. If you're going to be a quote unquote professional gambler, you cannot go out there like I just did. You cannot go out there playing 44 inside and shooting for the moon. You cannot go out there playing a don't pass with odds. You can't do it. You can't go out there playing come bets with odds. You can't do it. The math is against you in every single bet. You will eventually get burned on that thing, or you can't make religious enough money to make it work. Most professional gamblers, the guys that try and do it for a living, are martingalers, or they're ladder guys, like Wayland's kind of stuff, right? If you're going to play like a pro, that's what they do. Right? Because they're putting massive bankroll, 5, 10, 20 grand out there to guarantee the $500 win. They're going out with purple chip size. That's what they're doing. They're trying to guarantee the win by martying. Now, the casinos, of course, know this. And Ken will tell you the story when he does his show. In the old days, that was more possible than it is now. When he was doing it back in the 80s, and like late 70s, 80s, whatever, it was possible. There wasn't the low limits back then. You could get to level 9 on a martingale. Now, again, level 9 in a martingale is hard. Right? You get to level 9 and you're like, shit, that's a month's worth of money out there, right? To win one unit, which seems folly when you first think about that. But, the martingaling, the professional guys will take that run. They're going to get to level 8, level 7, level 9, maybe, Ken said in the years he played, he got to level 9 like 5 times. It doesn't happen that often, and you're sweating the whole time. But now you can't get there. Right now your table minimums are $10 minimum, 500 max. Seattle casinos are like this, 10 to 500. You can't martingale there. You can't ladder there. You can't do a ladder when the max is $500, right? Tribal casinos sweat it. They'll never go past the 500, right? Even at $1,000 or $5,000 max table with a quarter starting size bet, you can, if it's $25 minimum, $5,000 maximum, you cannot get to level 8 or 9 in a Marty. That's why they've shut that down. Casinos are like, that looks like a system where you can beat us. We're shutting that shit down. And they shut it down by capping limits and raising minimums. So you can't get there. Okay. But Ken wanted to show the way he did it when he was doing it. So back in the day, the limits were higher, the minimums were lower. $5 to 5,000, you can get to level 9. He's going to run his system. He's going to run craps and baccarat and roulette and even some blackjack and go 20-0, hopefully, with the way he used to actually do it. So people call him a bullshitter. Ken will put it out there and do it. Ken does his stuff live, which is he doesn't do live like I do, but he does it in one take. So you can trust his real. He's not out there cheating anything. So Vegas Day Tripper says, friends don't let friends martingale. I get it. Don't go out there with your regular bankroll and try and martingale the field or martingale a bet. You can't afford to. You catch 8, 9, 10 in a row that don't go away. You can't afford to keep doing it. The risk reward becomes $5,000 for $5 at some point, right? Again, it's a quote unquote guarantee until you run into the limit. Everybody who has a martingale story, everybody who's got a ladder story, where they lost money, why? Because they hit a limit. They may have 20K, but you hit a limit and you can't get it back, right? You get past level 10 and you're at 5,000. You need to be out there at 7,000, but the limit's 5,000. Even if you win, you're down $2,000, right? You just can't pull it off. So hard to do it. Casinos aren't stupid, right? They will ace you out. Anyway, watch Ken. He's going to do a whole thing on his way of playing. It'll be fun to watch. If you don't like him, root against him. He doesn't care, right? If you like Ken, root for him. It'll be fun. Watching Ken do Jimmy's thing, we're all rooting against it. Like this stupid system has to die. It has to die a horrible flaming death, right? At some point, you can't just cherry pick random numbers and get that lucky all the time, right? It's going to go down. Anyway, that's my morning run there. So reminder of what's on tap. A couple of things here. Casino Quest Bridge Seminar, February 22nd and March 22nd. Casino Tiers are in Vegas March 7th and 9th. Now I can't do that one. My cruise is March 7th and 14th, so I can't actually do the Casino Tiers thing. I thought I was going to be there, but I can't. Big AZ's meetup comes right after the Casino Quest Bridge. So March 22nd is the Bridge Seminar. March 23rd, Big AZ's in town with all the Blue Wrench crew. My wife's actually going to be there with me. She's going to come out and we're going to spend a week together in Vegas, either the week before March 22nd weekend or March 22nd till the weekend following. We're not sure yet, but we'll be there together for a week. And then we got the Brownwater Bash coming up in May. Got to figure out how we're going to get that table to Jen at some point too. So that's all that's happening. Big busy schedule out there, right? All right, let's do this here. Am I going to GB? No, I'm not going to I will not be out there for Super Bowl. I'm out there for the bridge thing. I can't do it. I can't do all the trips that I'd like to do, and I don't really qualify to play at the big boy tables at GVR. I'll be honest with you. These premier hosting events that we do, and by the way, I'm a host with Premier Casino Hosting. The big events we do are more for people who've got major bank, right? They're buying. They expect the $5,000 buy-in. They expect bigger bets. I'm not in that position right now. You all know my situation. I'm not in that position. So no, I will not be. I wouldn't qualify anyway. And B, I'm not gonna do it. Can't actually do that. So unfortunately, no, I won't be there. And I can't even be there to help host. I've got stuff happening that weekend here. I can't even leave town. So anyway. The daily dose of DI is this. I had a conversation yesterday with Dylan from Skill and Luck, and I wouldn't say it devolved, but it got to where he issued a challenge. I'm going to go ahead and pull this up here. Let me go here, and let me go to, let's see, I got to move my wheel out the way and pull this in so I can see what he wrote. I want to share with you what he and I wrote about. So let me go to this screen here. Hold on a second. Let's go here. Can you see that? Okay, so let's zoom in a little bit. And Skill says this. This is in response to my advantage play talk. Okay, and we were talking about, do you really have an advantage? Does anybody have an advantage over the casino as a thrower, right? And by advantage, I mean a mathematical advantage. When you're counting cards in blackjack, you have the actual advantage, right? You're not going to win every hand, but you've got an advantage over them because you know the count, and with bet size, you can flip the house edge, right? In craps, there's no such animal. There's no way to flip the house edge in craps unless you are a perfect thrower where you're sniping numbers or whatever else, right? I don't think that's possible. Right? I told you, I think DIs can get in the pockets. I don't think they can control anything, right? They can control their release, grip, spin, landing, and then it all goes down to handbasket, and you're hoping that you reduce the energy by enough to make a good result for yourself, right? So Skill says this in response to that. He says, you said we have a slight edge over the 7. A good DI does. They may be able to create a thicker pocket of numbers for a short period of time. He's quoting me here, right? And he says, I'm looking at this as fighting a 7. It's the same mentality as a pass line player trying to be converted into a don't pass player. He says an advantage craps player can use on-axis throwing in a combination with a family dice set that substitutes a 7 for a 9 or a 5. Skill's always saying to people in chats, you listen to Skill enough, he wants you to, he wants to run a no-9 set. Skill has asked every single dice influence guy we've had on the channels, can you stop the 9? Can you hide the 9? For some reason, Dylan has it kind of on lock that he can lay the 9, lay the 5 to get a don't pass out and be a don't player that way, right? So he's saying this, the 6-2-6-2, staying on axis, both dice will never show a 9 or a 5, right? You can change your dice sets as to your heart's content and hide certain numbers. This dice set, if the dice are on axis, will hide a 5 or a 9. And he proves how you can do it here, the way that you can kind of spin the dice. And he says, now how do you make an opportunity with this advantage? Come to the dark side. Lay the 9, move it to 7. Okay? And he says, you learned a magic trick. Congratulations. Right? Make the 9 and 5 disappear. That's Skill's thing. What I said to him coming back to that, right? My reply back to him was basically this. I said, there's a whole lot of if going on in there. It's theoretical, right? A lot of ifs. If you can control the 9 and 5, if you stay on axis, if everything goes good, right? It's ifs. There's no advantage if there's an if involved. That's what I said. It's pure. That's why I said the blackjack example, because there's an actual stable mathematical edge when the count is correct, right? That's why counting teams play 4 guys at a table 24/7, because they need time at the table to eke out the net small wins over time, right? In craps, we just don't have that, right? Nobody's playing craps for 10 hours at a time. Can we lessen the edge to a degree? Potentially, right? So anyway, that was my comeback. There's too many ifs there, right? In blackjack, there's a guarantee. I know the thickness of that shoe. Now, whether they come out in my favor is another thing. In craps, you do know that your dice set has the potential to hide a number or gain a number, but there's too much randomness involved to say that's a fact, like you can in blackjack. That's the difference. There's a nuance to that I think is important, right? So he comes back with this one. Here's the challenge. The only way to prove this is to get the best DI shooters I know. George, Alfredo, Ed Roll to Win, potentially Gargoyle, Joe from Craftsmaster, anybody, right? Not me, because I'm not an on-axis shooter. I'm the off-axis shooter, right? Any other volunteers who do on-axis, give them the information, give them that dice set, and get feedback from them. If they agree, they can test it on their tables and see, can a DI, given that set, hide the 9 or the 5? In other words, when you see their pyramid, okay, what becomes important is not so much how many 7s they're hiding. If the 7 goes down, the 7 could be a giant middle finger, right? As far as Dylan's concerned, right? We want 7s. They want to see, can we get the 5 and the 9 together or individually down below where they should be? Okay, less than 4 per 36 for each of those numbers. Can we get the 5 and 9 reduced in average? So that's the challenge, right? The challenge from Skill and Luck to the DI crowd is exactly that. Can you, using that set, hide the 5 and the 9 so often, right, that you can lay bet, or you can get a don't pass bet out there with a lay 9 or a lay 5 and keep that don't pass bet safe. The whole trick to the dark side is getting that don't pass or the don't come bet out. That's the whole point of it, right? You cannot get that big. And the advantage is big, right? The advantage is big. You get a don't pass bet through, you're a 60% favorite, getting paid 1-to-1. We know that's the best deal in the world right there if you get it through. So Skill is saying, here's the secret to getting it through. So will George, will Joe, will Alfredo, will Ed, will Gargoyle, will anybody do that? Take Skill's no 9 set, run it out for whatever number of hundreds of rolls, and see if you can pull the 9s and 5s out of the mix. If you can, then there's validity to this, right? Potentially. Say, yes, there's something to the fact that I can use a set to hide a 9. Use a set to hide a 4. Use a set that hides the 6, right? And lay those numbers on the way out, right? Think about a come out strategy where you lay the 4, 6, 8, and 10 and use the no 9 set, right? Pick and choose 4 lays instead of 6 on the back wall. The set is this, Jen. It is, go back a little bit. It is the 6-2-6-2 set. Okay? The 6-2, and let's do it. Let's actually put my dice at 6-2-6-2. Let's do the 6-2-6-2 set. There it is. There's the 6s, and there's the 2. So it's a 6-2-6-2 set. If you rotate these dice, right, there are no, with a 6, I can't make a 5 anyway, right? So, but if I rotate the dice, there's a 6-5 yo, right? There's no 9s or 5s in here. And on this other side, of course, there's no 9s or 5s here. No matter what I do, I got a 6, right? I got aces. I can rotate these in any configuration. There's no 9s or 5s anywhere. If the dice stay on axis, this hides the 9s and 5s. That's the point, okay? The 6-2-6-2 dice set. Potentially, the dice set has merit. Where it falls down is, can you keep them on axis enough to guarantee it, right? Again, instead of trying to hide the 7, try and hide the 9, right? Lay the 9, let the 7 come. Here you've got, by the way, you've got the 6-1-7 on this set, and you've got the 5-2. You got 2 5-2s and 2 6. You got 4 7s in this set. So it's very 7 heavy, but if you're laying the 9, good. Lay the 9 for more than what your don't pass is, right? You throw a 7, so what? You lose your don't, you win on your lay bet. That's what his theory is, right? So let's put the DIs who actually has some skill on notice, right? Dylan, the challenge is out there. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's see what happens. Dice DGen, first throw on table, the 6-2-6-2, throws a 5-4-9. It's pretty funny. Let's see it. And Overthinking Crap says that's the set to produce a 5-9 with the flea flicker, right? Because we're off axis, right? We're trying to get 5s and 9s. Anyway, there's the challenge, right? And again, I'm not coming out here attacking Dylan. It's interesting though, right? When you see and you talk about DI, what you find, to me, people have very strong opinions. Either way, right? There are guys who will say, you're all fools, it's impossible, it's a folly, it's a fool's errand, right? And they point to different things, like the diamonds. There are people who say it's 100% possible I can snipe numbers. There are people who say it's not control, it's influence, and that's kind of a hedge on what we can do. I say that. It's not control, it's influence, and I throw the dice in a good way and I pray, right? That's what I do. Influencing, hopefully, some pocket of outcomes. And there are, like, Skill's locked in on this hide the 9 thing, right? That's his deal. He practices to hide the 9 to get his don't pass bet out. Cool, right? I'm not against the idea. I'm thinking it's not possible, but we'll see. Let's let the people ask, right? Yes, and Justice Jet is right. Skill's asking for on-axis focused shooters. I will not do this one, right? I will not do this. I will not try this challenge because I am not an on-axis shooter. I'm decidedly not, right? This is 100% going to be for Joe and for Ed and for those guys that do on. I will not do the challenge because I will probably produce more 9s and 5s, right? If I took that same dice set. So there it is. Dan, good luck to you at the table. Go for it. You're 30% off and on and double pitch. Remember, there's no double pitching necessarily in the helicopter toss. We measure things a little bit differently in that toss, but I'm with you, right? I'm all about the face control in mine. Let's see. Dice DGen says the best shooters aren't looking for both die on axis. You can tell, right? Like you're saying, but yeah, that's not what we're thinking. Joe says, look at my comments above. Let's see, what are Joe's comments above? Let's go back to Joe. Joe says, hard to do those challenges when the goal of my show is different, for sure. I think what we'd have you do, Joe, is a different show. Like do film yourself doing like 36 rolls or 72 rolls on a separate stream. Just do it separately. I may actually do it with an on-axis throw just to see it, but I think that's what I want you to do. If you're going to do it, don't do it on your regular show. Do it as a separate thing if you can, because I don't want to mess up your normal stuff. What else being said here? Old number 7. Let's go actually look for some. I'm going to filter for PC comments here. Let's go. Here. Little filter for PCs. A couple of things. Joe or old number 7 Bob says, think strategy, not system. I call it a system because you're playing systematically. Strategy to me, the word strategy to me is that combination of like, where am I betting? How much am I betting? What do I do with the wins? That's the strategy, the strategic part. The system is I follow the rules. Systems are like kind of like rule sets. That's how I'm using it. Let's see. I love the GVR. I've had such good luck at that casino. I love those tables. A lot of people don't like it there. I love it there. I actually have had very good luck there. I have found the dealers there to be pleasant and nice. Some people said the opposite. I've had nothing but good experiences at GVR. I like it there a lot. Most station casinos I've had good experiences at. GVR, I've had a great experience at Durango the couple of times I've played there. Of course, I love Palace Station, those dealers. I'm not lucky on their tables at Palace, but I like them and like their dealers. But I do like GVR. Let's see. Dr. Dan says, it might be time for me to buy you and Kathy a meal. We would love that. Matter of fact, the Mexican place we ate at Palace was great. My wife loves her some Mexican food. Matter of fact, when she calls my phone, the icon for my wife on my phone is not her face. It's a picture, a cartoon picture of a sangria. And it says sangria is a fun, fruity drink. My wife loves her some sangria and loves her some Mexican food. So, all right. Bob says again, I play 12 hours a day and win. Thou shalt believe in the law of large numbers, right? There are very few people who can do that, right? The law of large numbers only works out for you if you have an advantage and can play forever, right? That's the thing. The casino has that. Unlimited money, unlimited time. We typically don't. We fall asleep. We have bad arms, blah, blah, blah. We can't do it unless you're a blackjack team that's rolling through it. Now, a craps team playing your way 24/7, if there's a true advantage there, it's interesting. Okay. All right. Jen says, ooh, interesting challenge. Skill will be in a world of pain if he lays a 7 on me. That is your dominant number. But again, use that set. The idea is that the set's supposed to work, right? So let's see if the set works. And at the same time, if guys that throw on axis can make a set work to their advantage. That's right. These questions to me, when I get into the DI stuff, I'm not stating facts. I'm like, is it possible? Can a guy who can throw on axis and practices this stuff use a set to gain an advantage? Even if it's short term. I want to know the answers, right? I want to know, can it be done, right? It's just fascinating to me, right? And again, the law of large numbers is interesting. We say this a lot, right? In 36 rolls, you'll never see a perfect 36. In 72 rolls, you'll never see a perfect 72. In 144, you'll never see a perfect 144. You'll always be variance, right? And that's the length of time that we're there. In a given session at a table, can somebody who can throw exert influence one way or the other during that short run? Sure, stack all their short runs together, it's law of large numbers, and they're going to be random, right? But in those individual sessions, can each individual session peel away from expectation, right? And maybe today it's more 6s, tomorrow it's more 8s, the next day it's more 7s, but in the end you're random. But in those sessions, can you peel apart and create a variant? That's what I want to know. And Skill's asking us to create a variant. I think it's very interesting. Nemo going live today around 6 o'clock Central. So what is that? 4 o'clock my time, right? 7 o'clock East to perfect the flea flicker. Look out. Good. I got a gargoyle coming on at some point today to help me perfect mine. So we'll see it. Holy Roller says strategy versus system. Systems don't change. A strategy is more fluid. Again, I think the definition of a strategy, right, is some of this stuff. It's where am I betting? How big are my bets? What happens on the wins? That's a strategy is defined as those things, right? You look at like, I'm going to bet the don't pass, right? When I win, I same bet. When I lose, I ladder up. That's a, don't pass the ladder. That's a strategy. I'm going to strategically target the 7. The system that I play, systematically, I do that, right? To me, the system is the discipline. The system is I'm sticking to it. I follow the rules kind of thing. Tomato, I guess, right? For some people, that's just the way I'm choosing to describe it that way for my own sanity. Bob says, taking me to Mahoney's in Biloxi. When I am down there for the Brownwater Bash, let's do that 100%. All right, final thoughts here on a Friday. Is this simple final thoughts? Thank you. Oh, one more thing. Actually, this. I'll leave you with a couple of thoughts here, but my final thoughts are, again, good week. We had a good week, I think, of DPC, daily paycheck work. I think the daily dose of DI to me has been fun. I want more questions from you. Ask me more questions, like things like Skill did here that gives us things to talk about. I've only got so many ideas I can talk to you about with regards to DI on a daily basis. I want to know what you want to know, right? So hit the Discord up, go to Discord and put in your questions. Go to casinogaming.tv, join Discord. Give me a question in Daily Dose of DI. Give me a question for Here's the Deal. Yesterday we talked about how do you deal with somebody who puts giant stacks of chips in your way on purpose. Don't players who stack up chips to get in your way to force a 7. As a shooter, how do you deal with that? As a friend of a shooter, how do you deal with that? As a teammate of a shooter, how do you deal with that, right? Those are designed for other YouTubers like Chris, like Brian, like the other ones to put out short videos that respond to these questions. I want to know what the community feels in video format. That's what Chiro used to do. I'm trying to rekindle that. If you've got a question like that, random ass craps or gambling question that you think is a weird situation, again, go to Discord, put it in, right? We'll add it to the list. I'll start asking these questions live and we'll get people to answer them. So be engaged, all right? Now, as I leave you, I'll remind you all of my favorite things to remind you of. Every day we're going to end this way. So if you want to log off now, log off now. YouTube, my YouTube stats are going to go like this every day, but this is important shit, okay? Gambling 101 from me, the bridge from David, we merge those two thought processes together and you end up here, right? A goal is your North Star. Your goal can be financial. I want to win X. I'm willing to lose X. My goal could be entertainment value or experience. I want to have a good experience today. That's defined as winning enough money to pay for my comedy show, or winning enough money or staying long enough to be able to high five 6 random people. That's an okay goal. It's your North Star. Your bankroll, right? The way you leverage your bankroll tells you if you can attain your goal in what way. It also tells you how you can handle, how long of a loss you can handle, right? Your risk appetite or aversion combined with bankroll and goals leads you someplace to the right casino and or the right game for you. Your goal may be here. This game ain't it, right? Your goal is to grind, get on the roulette table, hedge your way out of it, grind $10 a spin, right? If that's what you want, fine, right? It may not be craps the game for you, right? Keep your emotions in check. Have a high emotional intelligence and understand yourself as a person. Don't play for a goal that doesn't match your bankroll. Don't play at a place that you don't like or a game that you probably shouldn't be playing. That all matters, right? Have a good strategy, identify opportunity, and take advantage of opportunity when it comes, right? Get your mind right and play with discipline. That's my advice. That's the bridge. That's John. It's a year of my teaching, 3 years overall. I've been bringing us to this point for 3+ years now. These are the things I talk about and hopefully demonstrate every day except for Friday, right? I'm so glad to be a part of Casino Quest Bridge seminar series where we're doing the same thing live with people. I get to say this now in front of new people in person. The message is pure and it comes from the right place. I play fun ways. I get aggressive sometimes and we have a good chuckle about it. At the end of the day, discipline, mindset, strategy, bankroll, high emotional intelligence. That's the way you win more often than you lose. That's the way you lose less often than you win. That's the way you keep your graph flat and not doing this. Peace out. See you guys on Monday. Have a great weekend, everybody. Go Birds. EAGLES.